You may meet me very successful in business, but a day may come and the business is dead. I may be on fire as a sister now, but after having 3 children with so many responsibilities. Can you wake me up? Hello there, welcome to Kingdom TV. The title of the drama is Wake Me Up. Thanks for listening. Follow us for more edifying audio drama coming up shortly. My husband asked me a question like a joke on our first date, after I had said yes to him. Will you wake me up if I die? I quickly dismissed it with a proclamation God forbid it, and he quickly covered it up with other sweet words as he had noticed a slight change in my countenance. We forgot about it. George is the kind of man that every woman would dream to marry because with him, there is no dull moment. He is very jovial and friendly, tall, handsome, caring, kind, not so wealthy but comfortably well-to-do, and above all a serious prayerful Christian. God had shown him to me in my 200 level, and I was waiting for him till 5 years later when he had finished his NYSC and was working with a firm. George and I used to go for ministrations together almost every weekend, as he would always have invitations to preach in different programs. It was not a matter to me because I knew he is an evangelist when God started telling me things about my husband back then in school. I was ready for the work, though I thought it would be a full-time work. My George was amongst those that would rather give honorarium after preaching than taking honorarium from those who invited him to preach. Paul the apostle of Jesus has been his role model. In the 7th year of our marriage, all of a sudden lost his job as a result of economical challenges in his firm. This resulted to them letting go of some of their staff, of which he was among those that were affected. I was just a fashion designer, so we were all relying on my income, but of course it was a difficult time for my husband, especially as he was still applying for vacancies in other organizations. After 7 months, he got another job, but unlike the former, he had little or no space again for his personal study and ministry. I tried advising him to quit the job, but he promised to do that as soon as the one he is expecting clicks, so we all hoped that it was just a passing time job, as he calls it. The job was so demanding that my husband even works on Saturdays, which he doesn't joke with. Because it used to be when he spends almost 80% of the day seeking the face of God. It got me worried, but when I talked with him about it, he says it's a passing time job. Truth be told, gradually I began to notice that my husband had started growing cold spiritually, and then I knew I had a serious war to fight. So, I began to pray and fast as much as my strength could carry me. As time went by, my husband seemed to be withdrawing from home to the point that even the kids noticed. I started crying to the Lord, as even the Saturday that was half day was now the day he comes back as late as 10:30 p.m. Even on our matrimonial bed, we sleep as though we are merely roommates. Then I knew my home was on fire, but I never stopped praying. One day, he came back so early, and by the time I came back, he was in a pool of tears. When he noticed my presence, he quickly reached to me and held my legs with his face down and pleaded for mercy. Tears dropped down my eyes, but I never knew why he was crying. So, I helped him up and we sat on the couch as he started releasing the atomic bombs. George had broken our marital vow. It all started as a staff meeting and then grew to dating, which his boss claimed to be casual friendship and mere dates. On one particular Saturday morning, she came to the office and pleaded with him to help her fix up something in her apartment, as she wanted to collect something she forgot. She claimed she didn't want to bother him after work or spend money on such a little task, and so they went together. She was his boss, by the way, right? After fixing the appliance, of course, it was done in few minutes, and then from compliment of the house to the compliment of the hair and body, and then the unimaginable happened. They went to bed together. It was a horror story to me as I shouted, screamed, cried, and I opened my eyes to look at him again and be sure it was not my imagination. I saw a spiritual giant that has been crushed. A man of God that was lifelessly dead in the spirit. Just then, I remembered the 10-year-old question, "Honey, can you wake me up if I die?" With an understanding that came to me. After some seconds I said yes in reply. We cried together for hours, and we continued later in the midnight because we had to cover up things for the kids. By the help of God, we started building again, and God began to heal us together till I was able to wake him up from the dead. Marriage is a very sweet relationship when you are married to your friend or the right person meant for you. But there are question couples need to ask themselves. That is, honey, can you wake me up if I die? You may meet me very successful in business, but a day may come and the business is dead. Can you wake me up? I may be on fire as a sister now, but after having 3 children with so many responsibilities, I may be growing cold spiritually. Can you wake me up? It may not be as a result of infidelity, it may be an unguarded hour, it may be family matters, whichever. Can you wake me up? Think about it. We are meant for each other. So, let's fight for each other. Together as the Lord helps us, we can arise. Thanks for listening. Follow us for more edifying audio drama that will be coming up shortly. God bless you.